So did you stop looking at them, or how did you do it?
I don't know. It was the same thing with looking at the restaurant and reading like Yelp and critic review. I've been kicked off Yelp 3 times for challenging people with flights. I think you have to wear your heart on your sleeve. You have to, it's not just what you do, it's who you are, when you're committed to that life's journey.
Absolutely.
What you do.
When you were talking about your son now, I was just thinking, although I'm excited that you got the surgery because you were so concerned about your kids and how they were going to deal with it, but you gave your children a different dad.
Yeah, it's true. Now, instead of being the guy that's sitting there watching them play and like filming it with my iPhone and saying like, no, you do it, I'll sit here and watch. Now I can jump in and do it.
I don't think people think about that. I thought, I'm not going to change. I'm not going to change after surgery, right? But you're a different person. You come back a different wife. You come back a different husband, a different parent, and a different friend. And not everyone's on board with that.
So, and I think there's a big fear too. I mean, with my wife, she, became my nurse, and literally, especially after the surgery, I would never be able to do anything without her. But there is that fear of, oh, you're going to lose all this weight, and then you're going to be the rock star skinny person and go find someone else. Yeah, no, but I just think it's that fear.
Yes.
I don't know what's going to come next, and that's again that idea that you're taking the easy way out. I said the easy way out is to just sit on the couch and keep eating, and to not make that call. So to go into the unknown, to not know how your body's going to react or how you're going to be able to eat, or you're going to be at the Thanksgiving table and not be able to enjoy anything, or what your spouse is going to think, or your career, like being on TV.
It's pretty scary.
Maybe I'm not going to be able to eat anything. Maybe that's gone tomorrow, and I have to do something else. So that to me is not the easy way out. And I don't know about everyone else, but you get to the point where you're looking down at yourself in the shower, or you're having to buy bigger clothes, and for me it was like, I'm gonna do the surgery myself. I'm gonna just find a way to cut my stomach off. I don't care. I need the surgery tomorrow. I'm not putting up with this anymore. And that's what I did. And I went to talk to my doctor, and the thing was gaining weight and hitting that number and saying, okay, you're on like 4 blood pressure medications. Your grandpa had a stroke at 32. Your uncle had this. It runs in the family. You're on a CPAP. You have gout. You have issues sleeping. You have to make the call now because it's only going to get worse. And
after that kind of time, you say, no, I think I'm going to stand that.
Yeah, exactly, right. But I mean, it's where it wasn't an option anymore. But I know a lot of doctors. It's like if you don't do this, you're going to die.
Yeah.
And I think I've always had that martyr idea of like, well, if I die, that's fine because I got to do what I do. It's my life, and I live it. But yeah, you get to a point where you're like, I don't think I want to die. I think
we'll live this out a little bit. Yeah. Going back to you said looking down into your stomach. Do you remember the first time you saw your feet?
I do.
I remember I was like, they're there. Oh my God! I just saw stomach for so long. So you remember that?
Yeah.
That moment. Do you remember you starting to see your neck?
I do.
What about the collarbones?
All of that, yeah. Like, I found a way to do a selfie now. I moved my head the right way, and I can see like every photo of somebody.
So it's this way, and it's not this way anymore.
Right, exactly.
Yeah. I love it. Before surgery, a lot of us go through the mourning stage, like I'm never going to eat fries again. I'm never going to eat food. Did you have that?
Not at all.
Really?
I really didn't, and I haven't. The one thing that I probably even miss more than anything is Coke. Yeah. Not the drug. Never done the drug. I'm so hyper. I don't need anything but like Coca-Cola. Oh my God.
So you had no soda since surgery?
No soda, no beer, nothing carbonated, no pasta, no bread. I smoked cigarettes in high school just because I thought, it was cool. So, again, I've always had that streak, and it's probably because my dad was in the Navy, and your haircut's supposed to be like this, you're supposed to be that. So, don't smoke. It's like, no, I'm gonna smoke now. Just, don't get tattoos. The day I turned 18, I'm getting a tattoo. Everything is about just upsetting your dad. Because secretly, you just want your dad to love you. So, let's talk therapy now. Let's just get into that. But no, I think that. When I was smoking, I had a friend, and I had that same idea, like, well, starting on the 1st, or as soon as this pack is done, I'll be able to, and it's like, throw it away now, just, it's stupid.
How do you do that, though? And especially since, let's go back to you said that you battle depression, which a lot of our population does. I mean, that's how we cope with our feelings, we eat them away. So, how are you now staying away from that? Because it's a struggle for a lot of us. I'm not even as diligent as that. I mean, I haven't had Coke. I had a sip of Sprite a couple of times in almost 4 years. But I know, like, you know, but my followers know I'm pretty open, you know, it is what it is. But I have not drank soda for all these years. But how do you do it?
For me, just like the smoking thing, I know that if I ever have one, then it's all done and I'm going to do it again. Yeah, and my partner at the restaurant has been sober for 7 years, and right when he started working with us, he was on that path. And I look at the same thing. Like if I go and have you know, a big bowl of pasta, then I'm probably going to have it 2 days later, then I'm probably going to, because so with the sleeve, that was my biggest thing, was self-control. Like I understand what's good and bad for you. I know I need to go running or work out more. I understand all the math that comes with that, but self-control has always been the biggest issue, you know, and finding a way to think out, you know, a way to outsmart myself. Like, well, if I do this, then I can have that later, and I can whatever. So with a sleeve, it's like, that's not an option. You know, so your stomach is that big now, you're not going to be able to sit and eat a whole loaf of bread.
Do you get the pain? What's your warning sign that you've eaten the wrong thing or too much?
Yeah, just immediately feeling full, like not having anything like come up, but just your body tells you like another bite and you're gonna be sick.
You never tested it. You never tested it.
No.
Really?
No, I did not like that feeling.
I was like,
I
try
what
one
I
bite
did.
and see what happens.
Chugging water, that will tell you immediately not to finish that.
I never do water, it hurts.
Oh, yeah, really bad. So.
Yeah. Okay, so how are you dealing with your depression now? What are your coping skills?
For me, it's constantly looking at the idea that I have a new chance on life.
So that in and of itself is motivating. You're not one of those people who like, I'm stressed, let me go for a run. You know?
No, I do run. I really enjoy it. And I love to play soccer and baseball and all these things again. And again, for me, I didn't put on the weight until probably 13 or 14. And I remember going to Baskin Robbins and getting ice cream like every other day. Like that was just like this treat. And then
you try all 31 flavors?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I probably came up with 10 new ones for him too.
Yeah.
Let's just make it 45. Like,
absolutely. Baskin Robbins too.
Yeah, but I have that muscle memory of I used to dance. I did swing dance competition, everything. So I love dancing, and I didn't know that dancing was going on last night. I'm very upset. Someone told me to like salsa till 4 a.m. I'm like, what the fuck? How did I not get invited to that? That kills me. I would have torn up that floor. But I think that you know, immediately being able to lose weight, and it's like, I know how to break dance. I know how to skateboard. I went and got a skateboard again.
No, you didn't.
Oh, absolutely. So I'm doing all that. Yeah, I'm going to break my face. But it's like you get too confident. You're just like, I'm going to do this again.
A little bit.
But that's what's super fun and that's what was painful for 20 years was I know that what I looked like when I was thinner, and I know that I can run and I can do all these things, but I physically can't even get up the stairs right now without panting.
Question, you said that you were heavy at a young age. So one of the issues I run across with people personally is that I didn't know what my adult body looked like then. So how would you think about, like, how did you know when to stop losing weight, or have you stopped losing weight, and how does that
yeah, I've plateaued, I guess.
And how long are you out? How far now?
11 months.
11 months.
Or no, I'm sorry, 13 months. I had surgery 13 months ago.
Okay.
And literally by January, so like 6-7 months, I had been down about 150 pounds. And it was insane to lose it that quickly.
Yeah.
And I had no idea that it would happen like that. You know, I figured it would be 2 years and gradual. You know, I still have my size 52 pants, you know, that I look at. You know, and now I'm in 36. So
you're plateaued, so do you want to lose any more? I
think I want to get to 225, but my doctor has convinced me it has nothing to do with numbers. You know, numbers are like weird little digits written down on a scale, and that
So how did you come up with that weight? You're not going by the BMI?
No, none of that.
So you're going about how you feel?
Right, and what's crazy is like in the last 2 weeks, I've put on like 4 pounds. So it's something that you're always going to fight with, you know? I was like, I hit 249, it's incredible. Now it's like, no, I'm, you know, 253, 254. And it's like, and then you get down again, and you wonder what you weighed, or what you did different, or how come that happened.
Absolutely.
And you start stressing out. But you know, I think if you live and die by that number, it's just going to make you more stressed out, which makes you eat more. But for me, so.
Do you weigh in?
Probably once a week. I mean, I think at the hospital you do it, you know.
All the time. So for you, it's once a week.
But at home, yeah, it's just checking and stuff like that to see where I'm at. But it's literally been between like 250, 285 for 5 months. So I figure, you know, I've been blessed with not having the excess skin issue. Yeah.
Oh, you're so jealous.
No, but that was the biggest thing that I was worried. You know, surgery number 2 to do, and you know, my surgeon, who's a great friend now, you know, not just my doctor, so was telling me the minute you can, like start trying to work out, and not, you know, just going to the gym and lifting, but doing what your body naturally does. So go out in the woods and try to climb a tree and run and go hiking and do all that natural stuff that your body wants to do. And so I did that and started putting on more muscle, which I think fills out your skin more. But I still have, you know, this hanging down around.
Oh, that's our new friend now. Yeah, it's like this other thing carried around.
Oh, yeah.
I tuck mine in.
No, I hold mine like a baby.
Yeah.
But, you know, you walk around, you're just like, I know that I can lose that too, but at the same time, I don't want to be consumed with that and feel like, you know, I haven't made it until I have a six-pack, and I have to look a certain way, or I have to hit this number. It's, you know, I'm extremely happy with where I'm at now, and I know that it's not just about appearance, and I feel amazing. You know, I'm training for the marathon. Last week I did 17 miles.
17 miles. Amazing. I want to talk about the marathon, but I have a question. Really quickly, a lot of us have no clue about nutrition and how to prepare food. So how is that different for you being a chef? I mean, you knew what quality food was like before the surgery. So did you find it easier after, or did it affect you not at all?
No, it affected me because, again, food is just that you know, Xanax, Prozac for me. You know, where you take it and feel better immediately. So the fact that I know how to cook a lot of bad food is evil too. But I keep focusing on like purity of flavor. So I can have a dinner roll, or I can have a 4-ounce piece of grilled salmon with, you know, a soy glaze and
not gonna lie, sometimes that
slaw. No, but I mean, like, I went to a restaurant. They had the incredible baguette, and like I'll rip off like a little top end piece and still do a little butter and salt so I can taste things. But I'm not gonna eat that piece because it's kind of like, what's the trade-off? And that's the thing with the sleeve. The reason I chose it was I could still be a chef and I can taste everything. You just can't eat, you know.
Yeah, the gastric wouldn't work well for you on Top Chef, which is like, yeah, phones.
No, that's the thing. I have not had any of those issues. That's one of the first things people ask. And you know, the quantity of food. And I went into the show this season knowing that I might throw everything up. I might never be able to do this again. But that was...
What a big risk.
Yeah, but it was worth it, you know. It was one of those things where, again, you have family, you have everything else, and not just the responsibility of people depend on me, and I owe it to them, but just for me, like, I enjoy being able to hang out with people and traveling and hanging out with my kids and stuff, and I'll take whatever repercussions come with the decision.